Welcome to Getting Home Sourced with G. Your one-stop shop for all things real estate. Gianno is your go-to guy with over 25 years of experience in the game, serving up the insider scoop on buying, selling, and investing in two of the hottest markets, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Cabo, Mexico. Whether you're looking to score the perfect home, seal the deal on a sale, or dive into the world of international investments, G's got the tips, tricks, and swagger to make it happen. Remember, in Nevada, the smart choice is the right choice. And when it comes to Cabo, you better go oceanside with Cabo G. If you were looking for a quiet, tranquil show about real estate, this ain't it. Gianno has this thing called passion. Let's unleash the beast. This is Welcome to Getting Home Sourced. And now your host, Gianno.
Hey, what do you say? We got another rockin' show here at Getting Home Sourced. That's your host, Gianno. And of course, I have to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you're listening around the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. I mean, folks, we got a good show today here. Obviously, we're going to be doing another reveal. As I always tell you, every week it just keeps getting better. But of course, I want to thank my newbies, my first timers. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. If this is your first, second, third time, thank you. Please make sure that you sign up for my newsletter. Go to vegashomesource.com, sign up, get the newsletter, register. Also, my concierge preferred partnership program. I want to make sure that everybody signs up for that. So if you know people that are looking to move around in the world, they want to come to Cabo, they want to come to Vegas, they want to go to Milan, wherever they want to go, make sure you reach out to me. Let's work on that for you or for your friends or family or whoever. And of course, my concierge partnership program over here also helps out people in the Vegas area, my realtor friends, my builders that are looking to get their products out. As right now, there's a lot of good deals here. We have that 4.5 month inventory in Vegas, so a lot of situations and a lot of opportunities to be had. So just want to make sure you get that covered. And of course, how can I forget the engine that drives and runs the Ferrari? My loyal family members, thank you so much for tuning in again. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. My heart goes out to you because this is what we talk about every week. It's our community show. It's our family show and just our show, right? So that's the most important. But before we get into anything else, I mean, listen, first and foremost, I mean, do you think we had a boring week this last week? I mean, what do you think? If it's kind of like nothing going on, everything's kind of quiet and stuff like that, huh? Absolutely not. I mean, obviously we have everything going on. We have the pink elephant in the room with another outbreak situation. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But really, I just think that right now, again, here we go. We're getting drowned out. We get all the superhighway information, all this blah, 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 all the stuff that's being spewed out there. And what happens? It drowns us out. We get what? We get basically diversion. We have confusion. We don't have clarity. And we're just getting off the focus and of what we're doing in life. Because now when you're in that superhighway of information, and you're just getting drowned out, it's a big distraction, folks. And that's really the thing that I want to focus on here. And to all the people, look, around the world, I just want to let people know that first and foremost, you can't control something that's not in your control, right? So real estate always sleeps, it breathes, it's always 24/7. It's always going to move forward. Now, will real estate affect some markets? Sure, of course. A lot of people are like, oh my God, there's things going on. I don't want to buy over there. I don't want to buy in general that's away from a conflict and what have you. I mean, in some cases, if that really motivates you to take a time out, then I respect that. But We still have to get up every day, folks. We still have to get up. We have to work. We have to create for ourselves. We have to make a better life for ourselves. And we have to go through these, what I call interruptions along the way to adjust as well as align. Okay. Because that's the most important of what's going on here. So this show, as I'm titling it, it's what's on the other side of your pillow. Okay. So that to me is an analogy, and it's basically how you strategize in your future. Okay. Like real estate is like the other side of your pillow.
Oh, don't get me started.
You know that it's there, you feel it, you touch it, you're on top of it, but do you actually see the other side of the pillow? Do you flip it over at night? How many times have you flipped it over when you're sleeping? Or is it just there? So that's why we want to adapt and navigate a better position for your head, your back, your body, and how you sleep better. Well, that's real estate, folks. It's the other side of the pillow. I mean, it's kind of like everything's there, but you just have to see it. You hear about it, you talk about it, you feel it, whatever. But until you actually see it and you're physically in, touch with it, then what is it? It's nothing. Okay. And that's my point. So with real estate, as we know, is like life, right? It's an everyday basis type of situation. And on that part, again, Cabo, for instance, now another reveal over here, folks. So I'll be going down there because I'm touring a client and I'm also closing on a client's property. So I'll be down there, folks, from March 19th to the 23rd. So I'm boots on the ground for you. And I'm going to make sure that you're going to get the direct information when I do my recap when I get back. I will make sure to tell everybody what's going on, real deal street talk. I don't need to sugarcoat anything because it's going to be what I see and feel and experience because I'm moving around. I got to show property. I have to close on my client's property. So congratulations to the people I'm going to be meeting and also going out to see. And then hopefully they're going to go buy something and we have our congratulatory celebration as well. So this way, you know that instead of hearing it from a third party, you're hearing it from social media or videos that people like to strategically take when it's convenient for them because they want to show a different situation. I'm going to just tell it to you straight because I work down there. I go back and forth down there, live down there. So why else would I say something negative or overly positive? You got to tell it for what it is. The time that I'm down there, you're going to get the information. So that's one of my reveals that we're talking about here today. So trust me, folks, if I'm meeting people down there, there's a reason. And like I said, if you're going to be in the Cabo area when I'm there from the March 19th to the 23rd, hey, give me a call, text me, email me, come meet me at my office. It'll be great. Would love to see everybody. We'll have some wine. We have some beer. We have water. We have soda. Whatever you need, we'll get you covered. You want coffee? We got coffee too. Best coffee, Cabo Coffee. Okay, you're going to get a plug right there. The best. So, like I said, I will be there for you. And for my international friends, it's boots on the ground. So I know that you're looking at Cabo as a viable source to invest, perhaps live part-time, half-time, full-time, what have you. And so I'll be bringing that to you. And for my domestic friends, you already know because I'm going to tell you something right now. I've been checking airlines, and I could tell you that, especially the one that I'm flying, is packed going back that week of the 23rd, nonstop from Cabo to Vegas. I couldn't believe it because going back and forth, you have that nonstop flight, and there's only one flight that goes back, and there's always room. Well, guess what? Not on the week that I'm going back. I had to go back earlier than scheduled, but it's okay. I'll be back down again in April, which again will be another reveal in the back half of the show. So that's what's going on. Life continues. Everything's moving forward. Cities are going to be growing. You're going to have to realize where you're living in and certain countries that you want to invest in, buy in, live in, and realize that, hey, look, you know what? In some situations, I'll just call it disruptions and interruptions on a worldwide level could affect those markets that you live in, but most of the times it doesn't, right? And that's the one thing I want people to know about. Don't put things on a timeout or on the burner because you're going to miss that opportunity. And that's what real estate is all about. It's about opportunity taking advantage of situations that present themselves, and you have to feel good about what you're doing because listen, disruptions, again, they take place on a daily basis, whether it's personal, professional, it could be at work, it could be your life, it could be obviously world events, of course. But overall, it's important to know for people that you have to navigate and not get caught up in negative thoughts that people are out to say, hey, don't go there, don't do this, don't buy here, don't buy there. People are always quick to just be negative. Okay. It's just a mindset. I don't know why that is. It's always a negative mindset. And then we always have to have uh, professionals that go out there and actually teach you to think positive because there's so much negativity. I guess it's the old saying, if you tell a lie long enough, it's the truth. And in this instance, I mean, it's sad when you have to have negativity time and time and time again. And I always talk about, positivity. You want to talk about rewarding yourself, rewarding the situation. You're breaking barriers and you're getting out there because, again, people have to take risk. You have to take chances. You have to expand your life and you have to grow. So, hence, my other reveal is that now I'm proud to announce that coming to Cabo, which we call the Baja California Sur or BCS as their designation, is now we have ZMX. Okay, ZMX is going to be a new American bank setting up shop in Cabo only for right now and only giving loans out for the Baja California Sur. It will be a depository bank. So I'm proud to announce that I'm going to be aligned and a preferred concierge partnership program with ZMX. So congratulations for ZMX. It's going to be a American armed banking branch that's going to set up shop down there. And I just think that this is going to be a game changer because, again, I really appreciate the fact that we have brilliant people, an amazing team that's going to be coming together, putting this together. It's been behind the scenes for a while, and now it's coming into light. And I would have to say, folks, 90% of the people around the world are going to be able to take advantage of what ZMX has to offer. There's some countries out there, unfortunately, that are not going to be able to work or qualify due to regulations and what have you. But 90% of the people around the world are going to be able to get a loan through ZMX in Cabo to get residential, commercial, land, refinancing, whatever you want. It's going to be out there for you. So I am super, super, super excited about this because this is something that I've been working on. I've been sharing with you now. That was coming up, but again, things happen. You have to go through regulations and you have to go through all the paperwork and what have you. So anybody that knows what it's like to open up a business in a different country, you understand the pain and the process that you have to go through. But when the bank opened up for my international friends, it's going to be straight, clean business, and more important, to be a depository, because then what winds up happening is that when you start doing loans through ZMX, they're going to require you to open up a bank account with them, because then when you pay back the loan, it's going to be being paid back in, well, it's a loan or mortgage payment, whichever way to call it, mortgage loan. You're going to be paying it back in pesos. So you buy in US dollars and then you pay back in peso for the mortgage loan, right? So that's big, 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 big news. So stoked about that because now, again, you're taking the noise out of the equation. And it's so great to see that we have a launch that is so well deserved over there. And it's going to make that playing field down there for financing balanced and also be more aggressive. And I think that's going to be the golden visa, folks, for internationals and for domestic. It's going to have that opportunity to generate, I'll use that term, golden visa, specifically to go ahead and get residency in Mexico. And then you start your process, right? And really, folks, you cannot understand how important it is to have basically a U.S. arm, per se, sticking the flag down there and taking care of all clients, both locals and internationals. Super, super excited. Now, again, when it gets further on into April, because the launch is going to be sometime in April, but we still don't have in place yet what the mortgage rates are going to be, what kind of terms and conditions there's going to be. That's still getting all finalized. That's in the final stages of what's going on. But I certainly can tell you that right now, everything is going to reveal itself here in the next, 3 weeks, probably 4 weeks. We're going to give it to you before we get down there. And hopefully around the middle of April, end of April, if you're in the Cabo area, that'll be a good time because I know we're planning on doing our grand opening down there. It will be tremendous. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. And I can't wait because this is something that I've been passionate about because it's giving the people an opportunity to have Cabo now step up and not be that small little fishing town. Now you're talking about a worldwide destination that is now on the map that people are taking seriously. And folks, you can tell because there's more and more nonstop flights that are getting into Cabo, that airlines are cutting deals with certain countries and routes and cities and making it happen. And I mean, this is big. I mean, when you're having, let's say I talked about last week's show, Emirates coming in from Dubai in 2030. I mean, nobody would think in a million years that Emirates would fly nonstop, probably 18, 19 hours, 18 and a half hours, nonstop to go from Dubai to Cabo. I mean, what does that say? That says that 2026 is the year everything reveals itself. Just like I told you, when 2025, things were in the shadows, they were in the shadows for a reason because now they're being brought out, right? So on that note, I want to take a quick commercial break. And when we get back, let's adjust our pillows, as we say, and then come back and we're going to relax because what else we're going to talk about is going to be real estate. We'll be right back.
Dreaming of owning a slice of paradise? Look no further than Cabo, Mexico. With Zion and Cabo G Real Estate, you can make that dream a reality. Whether you're seeking a luxurious beachfront villa or a cozy getaway in the heart of Cabo, Zion offers personalized service to help you find the perfect property. Imagine waking up to breathtaking ocean views, enjoying world-class dining, and experiencing vibrant culture, all just steps from your door. Make your dream home in Cabo come true today with Zion's and Cabo G Real Estate.
Hey, what do you say? What do you say? Thank you for sticking around for the second half of Getting Home Source with G. As, of course, I'm your host, Gianno. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this show, we want to make it informative. We want to make it important. We want to make it factual. And we don't really want to hide anything. And again, not a political show, as I always tell you, but we do have to talk about the pink elephant in the room. And of course, that's the conflict that is going on in, obviously, the Middle East. We understand that. We also understand that there's a lot of other conflicts that are breaking out in other parts of the world as well. And this means that people are very hesitant, nervous, scared, and 100% rightfully so. I mean, this is a shame that in world history, it's always conquering things. It's conquest, it's control, it's power. It's all these things that are going on in the world. I don't know if that's what the world is supposed to be set up for, but nonetheless, it's what it is. We just live in the bubble and we have to just do the best we can to navigate through life and just control what you control, and also have a team built around you or group built around you to succeed, because we have to rely on others in order to succeed in life. This is what it is. Not one person can do it alone. You need the help and you need the backs of others to get to where you need to go, right? This is life. So that's why with the market that you live in, okay, you have to take advantage of your opportunities. And also, if you are looking internationally, even more so, you have to do your homework. You have to do the research. That's why I'm hoping that my show, or our show, Getting Home Sourced, is giving you that knowledge, unlike other shows that are going to be bringing on guests and talking about certain things. Whereas this show, our show, my show, is more focused on fact-based experiences, tools that you can use, and to go out and to make better decisions and to be more informed on what's going on. Because again, folks, look at the websites that are out there right now. Third-party websites, they're all fighting with each other, trying to get business. Excuse me. And so at the end of the day, what happens? Now we're in a situation where that third party space is getting absorbed by what? Drowning out noise, more information, more things that really are not important. And what happens is that you're getting duped in because, again, these third party platforms, as I call them, all they're doing, folks, they're grabbing a seller's contact information, they're grabbing buyer contact information, and then they're selling them out to whoever they're selling them out to, whether they be real estate agents, mortgage lenders, whoever. This is what's going on. So I think it's important to understand that these, what I call thirst trap type sites, I mean, this is what they're signed up for. They make it about you, but it's really for what? It's for them, right? So this is why I think it's important where my site stands out and is different because of the fact that my site, what do I do, folks? I give you the tools, you have all the information, you have MLSs, you have everything set up at your fingertips, because what happens is that now I don't bother you, I don't sell your information, you're on there looking around. The only time I get your information, folks, is when you're ready to come to me and you're ready to buy. That is the bottom line here, because it's about privacy. It's about protecting and respecting all of you as a potential buyer or as a potential seller. And moving forward, you're not going to get disrupted and you're not going to get
come on over here, son.
interrupted. And so, just like as I'm coughing over here, but at the end of the day, it's important to understand that for everybody out there, you email me, you contact me, and text me when you're ready. Because prior to that, folks, you're on your own. I want you to have the tools. I want you to drive your Ferrari and searching around, getting the information, because I don't have your information unless you're willing to give it to me. And more importantly, you're ready to give it to me because you're ready to make that step. That's the difference from my platform and dealing with other platforms and third party, as I say, platforms. I'm not a third party. I'm direct. We're direct. You're plugging in, you're looking. It's not like I'm charging you, or there's other sites that, you get on there and then you start looking around and then there you go. Your contact information is gone. Dave's already sold it. And then for sellers and for agents that have to pay fees to get out there, that's not what this site's all about. That's not what the show's all about. The show is all about focusing on you, the consumer, you, the client, you, the customer, and just doing your research as a seller and buyer looking to purchase for specifically Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States, as well as Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, because both are international cities, folks. And Cabo is growing and growing and growing. And it's a buyer's market down there, just as it's a buyer's market in Las Vegas. As I tell people, for my international friends and domestic, you have to take advantage of what's out there, because in my past show, we had mentioned that Vegas right now, new home builders, they slashed their prices by 25%, number one in the country. There are deals to be had for new homes. They are sitting and they are not moving, okay? And for Cabo, we talked about last week and then the last couple of weeks about being a buyer's market, what's happening with the sellers right now, exchange rates, okay, the reverse capital mortgage, those things that are popping up. So what does that mean? It talks about timing, okay? In moving forward, real estate, wealth, and investment is always about timing, right? It's like life, right? You have timing where you get the right job or you get the right, you win on a slot machine and you gamble and you win. It's timing. You just happen to pick that team at the right time, okay? So that's that kind of analogy. You have to know when to make your move. And sometimes it is not comfortable, folks. I mean, I see it with customers. I see it with clients. I see it with people when I start talking to them, whatever. They get a little bit nervous and itchy. They don't know if it's safe or, there's some type of fear. Okay. We already talked about fear. Everybody knows about fear. That shuts everything down. And if it's not fear, it's just because they just don't know. So therefore, as I call the undiscovered country, things that you don't know, you're quick to be what? Negative about, because you're not being positive about the opportunity. You're more hesitant, negative, cautious, because that's just what is ingrained in our brain. And that's a shame because, again, we talk about psychologically, we do motivational speakers out there and people trying to pump everybody up. You have to have an internal motor. You have to pump yourself up. If you need somebody else to pump your tires and pump you up, that says that something along the line is so much negativity around you that unfortunately you got absorbed by it, and then therefore it's negative thinking in general. And there are people out there that unfortunately are just negative thinking all the way around. I get it, but that comes from background, maybe upbringing, what have you, and therefore you need those positive people, the calm ones around to uplift, bringing people together to, again, when you're making emotional decisions like real estate, it is a very powerful situation. It affects your emotions, your brain, everything going. It all kicks in. And like I always say to people, real estate is life and life is real estate. This is what happens. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about, feeling good about what you're doing, but you may not be comfortable about the situation. But as long as you feel good and your gut instinct tells you, hey, I got to make this acquisition. I got to either sell or I have to buy. It's because why? It's because it's timing. You feel good about it and you're surrounding yourself with who? People you trust. I mean, folks, people that work with attorneys, okay? In a lot of different states and countries, especially Cabo, you need a attorney when you're handling real estate transactions because they overlook and see the contract, protect you. They tell you what's going on. They give you the timeline sheet to know what you have to do. Okay, so with that being the case, you have to execute it. You need that team around you. Same thing with accountants. Same thing with financial planners. Same thing with insurance brokers. And again, realtors like myself. What does it all come down to? Who are you entrusting yourself with and who are you surrounding yourself with? You want other people to what? Be the smartest person in the room because you want to know what they know, and you might just be as smart or better than them. Okay, it's not a competition. The point is that you want to surround yourself with people that know what they're doing, how they do it, what the timeline is, what the strategy is, and not just faking it away across the board. Unfortunately, some people do that, and it hurts the client in the down run. Not good. It becomes a very bad situation. Again, I've seen it happen firsthand on the other side, folks. And then people come back to me after the fact that it's kind of like, hey, can you clean up the mess? You can do it, but why did you go there in the first place? Why did you have that mess happen? What was the reasoning for it, right? Because we get too easily persuaded on things and we just, look at it for face value. So I guess if somebody tells you to jump off the bridge, but you're going to like it, you're going to jump off the bridge, right? That's not the way to do it. So that's why you have to seek out people. You have to interview people just as people are interviewing you. Know who a good attorney is. Know who your good accountant is. Know who your good financial planner is. Know who your good insurance broker is. Know who your good realtor is. When you put those entities together, you are a powerhouse. And even as a realtor, I have to surround myself with good people. I have to have the same amount of people. It's almost like a round robin. Everybody has to have those kind of people in their life in order to be successful, but more important, protected. Because you got to be protected on all fronts, whether it's real estate or life matters. It's about relationships. And that's why real estate's the same way. And this is why I cover it all the time. And I always say on every show that it's all timing, but more important, it takes time. It takes time to build things up. It takes time to get over things and move forward. And really, folks, at the end of the day, I mean, look, maybe on my show I've talked about this from day one or maybe day 3. I mean, I know it sounds like a broken record sometimes, but realistically it's not, because it's very important to hammer the point home that we really need to rely on the success of others for you to be successful. I have to rely on others to be successful in what I'm doing, but I have to surround myself with people that are going to help me, right? So I can bring out my message. So I have to be more in tune, aligned, prepared, and aware, and all these things to bring it out to you. And again, as I always say before, I'm always going to talk positive. I'm always going to talk real. I don't want to say negative because that's not really the focus point, because a lot of people are, oh, he's talking negative. He's saying a negative point. No, we always like to use the term like, hey, listen, this is the real deal. It's street talk. It's real talk. rather than sugarcoating something that we don't need to sugarcoat. So it's the feeling of doing something that affects your timeline, your mind frame, okay, whether it's financially or personally, especially when you're going out and buying and selling outside of where you live, okay? It's a very emotional situation, and especially you have to rely on others. So it's that meatball equation. It's timing, it's alignment, it's basically you have to see it, touch it, feel it. Again, what's on the other side of your pillow? Really, you should ask yourself that question, because this is what it's all about. Investors or first-time home buyers or owner-occupied or the location of the property, whatever it is, what is it? It's visual. You have to see it, just like your pillow, folks. I mean, really, when you think about it, when you look at your pillow, how many times have you turned it over? How many times? I mean, you go to bed, you have the same side of the pillow. It's already in its spot. You just jump on it, boom, and lights out. How many times have you looked at the other side of the pillow? How many times have you flipped it over in the middle of the night, if you even flip your pillow over, right? Okay. So the analogy is that many people just sleep on the one side of the pillow over and over and over again, and they never see the other side. Okay. You could feel it. You put your arms underneath it. Okay. I'm just describing that analogy, but take that metaphor and apply it to real estate. Okay. We all think that we know something, and we all think that we already have it planned out, but really we don't. Okay. And so therefore what happens? Then we play that assume game. What is the assume game is? Well, spell it out, break it down. Don't want to be cursing on the air. So all I can tell you is that, when you assume, you make a donkey out of you and me, right? That's not the game plan here. So we don't ever want to try to assume. We try to presume, but sometimes we assume, and that's bad. That mainly backfires, right? So we don't want that. But the point is, it's timing, it's decision making, it's research, it's trust. You have to trust the process. So if you're entrusting yourself with professionals around you, okay, especially when you're dealing with financial instruments. So we use that term because what's a financial instrument? Well, banking is a financial instrument. Insurance policies is a financial instrument. Real estate's a financial instrument. Your bookkeeping is a financial instrument. Okay. So these are things that in life you have to trust and feel 100% about, because it is so important. You need to understand the growth process in life with success, and you need success with the backs of others. I just can't, really focus and stress on that enough. So for you, what is your want and need? That's what you have to figure out. We talked about that before, folks, where what's more important to you, a want or a need? Do you need people in your life? Do you want people in your life? And then you have to ask yourself the why, because that will then clear out all indications of fear, negativity. You have clarity, you're moving forward, you're making it happen, and you're getting it going. And that's why I say that, because you have to have trust for whatever real estate decisions is your choice of what you want and need. So again, it's just like sleeping on your pillow. What side do I want to sleep on? What kind of pillow? Do I want a soft pillow? Do I want a medium pillow? Do I want a hard pillow? What's the purpose? Why do we want that? Why do we need that pillow? Okay. So we don't want to talk about things that are going to overload the brain. Okay. Because our brain is programmed for a lot of us in different ways. It has to be natural, because just like how you make your bed, just how you sleep on your pillow, it's all natural, because we've been doing it for so long. It's repetition. So when you have repetition long enough, it's automatic. You could sleepwalk it, and you already know that, again, using the pillow's going to be in the same place every single time when you wake up, and when you go to bed, it's right there.
Sometimes I feel like I know stuff before stuff happens.
And this is what I'm trying to say, is that with real estate investment, it has to be natural like everything else. And like I said, folks, when everything's natural, what happens? It falls into place. So on that note, I hope that I help make a little bit of a metaphor analogy, but sometimes it's the wake-up call because we just have to see what's right out in front of us. And sometimes we don't see what's in front of us, right? People tell us about it and what have you. We can explain it 1,000 ways, but we just miss it right under our nose. And I don't want people to miss the opportunities because we're hearing too much negativity, too much drama. We talked about this in other shows. So at least to bring positivity, two things are going to happen. I will be in Cabo. Again, come and see me if you're down there. March 19th to the 23rd. I'm going to be there. Quick trip to get in there, handle business, and then boom, come out. But then I'm going to be back again in April. We're going to get those dates set up here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to lock it down because ZMX is coming. We're going to have a brand new bank down there that's going to handle international loans, domestic loans. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a depository. Folks, I just cannot wait. I mean, this is, again, for people that have been listening, I've been talking about this now for a while. Then I had to kind of pull it off the shelf. It was kind of like a little coming attraction teaser movie, but now it's coming for real. Everything's in its final stages, and then boom, we are going to go live. We're going to hit it hard, and I'm going to recap everything for you when I get back from Cabo. But please, folks, don't be hesitant. Don't let distractions or disruptions or interruptions take away your goal and your dream and your focus of what you want to do, especially in life, whether it's real estate or other. Obviously, shows real estate. But again, if I didn't have the passion and if I didn't have the drive, I wouldn't be doing, our show. Okay. So our show is because I'm not going to let distractions, interruptions, what have you, knock me off course, because I think it's important to have a voice. We all have a voice. We all go out there and saying things, but what I like to do is keep it simple, keep it factual, keep it informed. We have fun. We have a little bit of entertainment in between. But at the end of the day, it's going to be for what? For you, for the future, because again, it's all about the tools. I have everything out there for you. I don't ask anything of return for anybody, except is that when you're ready to buy in the cities that I'm in, or sell in the cities that I'm in, you call me, we're ready to go, because you know that I have your back, we're covered, and you know what we're talking about. And for those that need help and looking out, that's why I have my Concierge Partnership Program, because it covers other people that need assistance, and I'm here for you. I'm that concierge. I put it together. I'm going to connect you and put you in the right places with the right faces. So on that note, I want to say take care. God bless. Love you. Be safe. And we'll talk to you next week. Take care.
Maybe we're overreacting.
End of the line.
You have just listened to Getting Home Sourced with your radio host, Gianno Buonaguro. This podcast is a registered trademark and may not be reproduced without the express written consent of VegasHomeSource.com. For additional information about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, call or text Gianno toll-free at 888-528-2810 or visit his website at VegasHomeSource.com. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.